to. Janice said comprehend the question. That's an excellent objective, but I want to be a little more specific with the chart reading. Jake?
What do we mean by strategic thinking and extended thinking?
Oh, that is a great question that we're actually going to talk about. Yeah. I think you might be looking on the back, which we're going to get to. We're actually on the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, so we will tell you what that means, but not quite yet.
Yeah, we're given four choices here.
So we're on the side that says breaking down the skills at the top.
Right.
Yep. So for the objective, students will be able to, yep, Salita?
Read a table so they can identify the correct table they're supposed to be looking at.
Read a table and identify the correct information from that table. Okay? What are you going to say?
Yeah. I was breaking it. Comprehend written text and identify graphical information to solve given equation.
Ooh. I like that. I forgot it already. It was
comprehend written text and identify
and ID.
Yeah, graphical information to solve given problems or given
Both of these are excellent. This one makes it clear that we're working with a table. This one could be applied to either the table or the tree diagram. So when you figured out your objective, the next step is to figure out where you're going to teach that. And one of the things about the curriculum is that a lot of the skills that we think of as higher order thinking skills can actually be integrated lower into the curriculum than you might naturally approach them. So chart reading is one that you might already be integrating into your earlier curriculum. But we're going to use this as an example, and then we're going to ask you to do it again with your own example. So the next step that I'm going to ask you to do is say, where in your curriculum could you teach your students chart reading? Where over the course of math? Steve?
I was thinking units of measurement.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was thinking, in converting units of measurement, and so stuff like that.
Yeah, where? Units of measurement? Anywhere else?
Reading the newspaper.
Reading the newspaper, right? We're getting great into the contextual ways of presenting information, which is going to be really useful.
But it's not really a math topic, is it?
But it can be. You can use the newspaper
Stock market.
to create a table.
Stock market.
Mm-hmm. Reading a newspaper, stock market. Yeah, and in terms of the math skills that you're using when you read a table, it could really be anywhere. You could have a table that has whole numbers, fractions, percents, ratios, equations, function tables. Tables are everywhere in math. So you could start teaching tables early in the mathematical game. And then the last piece is the LP, or the lesson plan, because I like shorthand and I'm lazy. We already talked actually a bit about some of the context we could use to teach the chart reading. So the next piece to think about is how, and I think we've actually already hit that a little bit. We've talked about you could teach a lesson where you teach them how to read a chart through a newspaper, or teach a lesson where you teach them how to read a chart through the stock market. There are a lot of different ways that you could introduce this. And then the last piece is to look, remind me that technology and I do not get along. The last piece is to look at this problem, and this seems like a problem that you would only give to a student at the end of their mathematical journey, but we're going to revise that and say, we can give this problem to a student a lot earlier, especially if we give it to them in pieces, right? So we can start out by rewriting this problem for the chart reading skill, if that's what your students need to work on. If that's the skill that they need to build, we can rewrite this problem to simply focus on the chart reading. And you can do that for any of the skills that are combined in this problem. And you can start to build the skills until you have built your students up to solving this problem.
You could actually use the formula sheet and make a chart out of that.
Yeah.